You've landed in Australia. You have hope, ambition, and a little bit of anxiety. You're applying for jobs. You have good experience bringing in from your own country. But the problem is, once you start applying for jobs, you hear the common phrase, you don't have the local experience. As I analyze the YouTube analytics of my channel, I have seen there are many people here coming from different countries, and they're migrants here in Australia. Some they're coming from the subcontinent, some they're coming from the African countries. And a common question that I have heard from some of them through their comments is that how to get a good job in Australia, and also without a local experience. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 5 strategies that will help you to land in your first job if you are a migrant here in Australia. And I'm talking to you based on my own experience as a migrant here in Australia. So I came to Australia at a relatively young age when I was able to complete my education, higher studies, research studies, and then I landed in a good job. I've worked in the academic roles, and currently I work in the public sector for the last 8 years. So I've gathered a good amount of experience as well. So based on my prior experience and as a migrant firsthand and experiencing some of those challenges, in this video I'm going to share some of those ideas with you, which will help you to land your first job in Australia. The very first point I want to highlight is the understanding of the word local experience. What does exactly mean with the term local experience? Now, it doesn't always mean that you have to have an experience of local Australian company for many years. What it means generally is your understanding of Australia as a culture, and also understanding the workplaces in Australia. And that could mean a whole lot of different things like the OH&S rules, the local cultural experience, the different policies and industry standards of the very industry where you want to work. So in order to understand local experience, you first need to do a bit of research about some of these key things. And the best way to do that, do a bit of industry research about the very industry where you would like to settle yourself. So imagine you want to work in the manufacturing industry, or it could be the construction industry. So even before you try your luck in the manufacturing industry or in the construction industry, do a detailed analysis of the industry. What are the different factors? What are the industry standards? What are the various occupational health and safety policies and rules? Also understand what are the cultural issues, key challenges of the culture within the manufacturing organization here in Australia. So these are the things you can actually prepare yourself well in advance, even before landing in your first job. So for this, you have to do a bit of desktop analysis. You have to build your network through LinkedIn, understanding or connecting with other people who are working in the manufacturing sector. It's all about confidence, context, and culture, and not just about experience. So in order to land your first job, you need to have a holistic understanding about the culture and the context where you want to work. And that will give you that first level experience to land your first job. One of the smartest way to break through the cycle is volunteering and internship jobs. Organizations like local council, community services, or even charities offer volunteer roles that count as local experience. It shows that you're productive, adaptable, and willing to work. Even a 4-week placement can open doors. So right after landing here in Australia, you should start to look for volunteering and internship opportunities. And these short volunteering and internship opportunities will open doors for you. Because once you do this internship and volunteering experience, you will have a good understanding about those specific sector, the key challenges. And there are very possibilities that even this volunteering organization or the organization for which you're doing internship, they may well be offering you some roles if there's some vacant positions as well. So the important thing is your proactiveness and willingness to step in and learn and help these organizations in their mission. One of the funny things that you'll find here in Australia is that everything is very short. The words, the impressions, the emotions, everything is very short. Afternoon becomes Alvo, barbecue becomes Barbie, McDonald's becomes Macca's. And don't even get me started on the shorts they wear in winter. It's really important to tailor a resume to the Australian market. Australian employers expect short, clear, and result-oriented resumes. Avoid long personal statements, use bullet points, highlight achievements, and match your resume to the job ad. Tools like JobScan or resume.io can help. And better yet, ask a local mentor or friend who can also review the resume. It's also important to understand that many employers, they have very specific selection criteria. So you also have to create a very specific and focused selection criteria based on the requirement of the jobs as well. So my recommendation here would be to definitely take the help of some local experts. And that could be consultant, or it even could be some of the recruiting agencies as well. So you may well create your resume and profile with the recruiting agencies, and they will guide you how to write the best resumes and craft selection criteria based on the various roles that you will be applying for. Another key thing that I would like to mention here is to tapping into the hidden job markets. Now, interestingly enough, more than 60% of the jobs here in Australia aren't advertised publicly in the market. They're filled through networks. That's why networking is not optional, it is essential. Attend industry meetup, join Facebook groups, networking events by different employers, reach out to professionals and say, I'm new here and I'd love to learn about your role. And most people here in Australia, they're very helpful. They're willing to help you. So if you are genuine and if you really want to seek their help, most people here in Australia, they will genuinely help you and guide you to how to get the right job. And finally, I would like to emphasize the fact that it's really important to staying strategic but resilient as well. Because landing in your first good job here in Australia, it's only a matter of time. It may well take you 50 to 100 resume and rejections, but you just need one yes. So until you get that one yes, you really have to be very resilient and take every failure as a data and information and try to learn from those experiences that how you can improve your next application based on the rejection that you had in the previous application. And you also have to be very strategic as well, because depending on the roles that you're applying, depending on the various industries that you're applying, try to be very strategic. Think about the industry, think about the key data, think about the key factors, and most importantly, stay resilient, do not give up. I definitely think that you may have the right skill set. It's only a matter of time. So stay strategic but resilient as well and wait for the best opportunity. So look, towards the end, I would like to say that landing in your first job here in Australia, it's not about luck. It's about your persistence, your commitment, and being a bit strategic as well. So if you combine all of this together, I definitely think that you can also land in a good job. And there's a whole migrant community here in Australia. They've started from the scratch and they have built their future. Whatever I mentioned here is obviously to help you, but if you have any further question, I would definitely encourage you to write your question in the comment section and consider subscribing as well in this channel, because based on my experience of working here in the public sector for the last 8 years and also as an academic and researcher here in Australia, I will be adding lots of videos about research and public policies and getting good jobs here in Australia as well. So hopefully this will guide your path in a good career journey here in Australia. Until the next video, take care.